oblivion. Can you tell me where I am going? I don't know how to go back where I got started. I'm running on this white thin ice. I'm running on this white thin ice. I've been searching all my life. I've been searching for you now. Oh, where'd you go?
Hello, everybody. How's it going? Sorry, my chat wasn't working, so I was trying to get that troubleshooted for us before I kind of hop in. Also, have some things open here. As I said in the last video, we're going to be working on world building. So, with that being said, we're going to take a couple more minutes before I get on. I need to grab some water and get my brain together. So, with that being said, enjoy this last song, and I'll be right back.
I'm going insane, all up in my brain. When I'm trying to pray, I'm trying to say what I want to say, but it ain't coming out. Can I let you know I won't sign my soul, trying to save a soul. When I'm feeling low, call up on the low. I've been so blind, I've been trying to find something in my mind, but it ain't right. I've been trying to fight demons telling lies. In the late night, about to cry out to God. I just fell again, need to sanctify all my life. In His hands I am. Lord, can you tell me if I'm lost? Sinking so deep, I don't know if I can hold my breath. And I don't know where to go when I'm feeling all alone. I'm off the scene, I'm too clean when I'm singing on these beats. My mind's a mess when I press all these buttons, hitting keys. I need the Lord on my side when I'm praying for these streets. Yo, it's time to suit up, it's time to boot up. Yo, we fighting crime against the ruler. Yo, these demons mad cause Jesus pulled up. Yo, we squad it up and got the shooter. Yo, Lord, can you tell me if I'm lost? Sinking so deep, I don't know if I can hold my breath.
All right, guys. Oh, the camera isn't on, huh? Hey, what's up, everybody? Let's go ahead and switch it over to some more chillax music. While I love these songs, I can't think with them because they're just too many words. All right. Turn them down a bit. How's everyone doing today? I'm feeling extremely tired. I went to the gym for once because my kid isn't sick. And it was nice because I got to work out my back a little bit. Didn't have much time. Had to get some punching on the bag in. That's kind of like my time for me almost. Especially with all the work we've been doing here on the channel, which is good because you know, they say the devil's in the idle hand. Sakai 17, hello my friend. How you doing today? How was this weekend? Thank you for commenting on the last video, by the way, man. I appreciate it. Ugh, sorry. So, if anyone didn't know, good, how are you? I'm doing great, man. Just got back from the gym, getting ready to work. Trying to get my mind into the state for world building. Because while it would seem like most people think you would attack this by just starting to create assets, but we need a strategy. So here I have a great tool called Houdini. I have Houdini, an indie Houdini license. And I'm just reading up on procedural generation. But yeah, to make an overcomplicated answer short, I'm doing good. Just trying to get into the mind state of world building. How are you doing? How are you doing this weekend or this week? Sorry, I'm still trying to get back from the gym. Oh, my muscles are sore. Oh my God. So let's kind of think about this. So in here, they're using Houdini to create tile sets. This is a mobile game, by the way. Um, and if you didn't know, if you're like interested in, you know, art and game development, check out 80 level, 80.level. It's a great place with a lot of cool stuff for game design, game development, yada, yada. Hexagons can give more natural results and could allow for greater degree of variation when creating level roads. True. So they use a hexagon pattern to create levels. I like that idea. The team moved the hexagon-based paths to Unity to test out the future roads for Crash Bandicoot to run along. The issue with the hexagons, though, is that they can be tricky and technically demanding, as you have to match them perfectly well so that every piece is tied to the other one, pixel to pixel. So the developers tried to generate the hexagons procedurally, but did not work. So here's the first issue. And by the way, if you haven't already, make sure to pull your stream up to the very beginning. Okay, guys. Or not beginning, but the very end of the stream. Sakai says, what kind of mobile game is it? This game or my game? Because this is just an infinite runner. If you're talking about this is a Crash Bandicoot game. More modern for the mobile device. It's an infinite runner. This article is talking about how they incorporated Houdini into their workflow to create a essentially a pathing system, as well as probably procedurally generating a lot of these assets that you see here, because Houdini has that power. I think I've shown that in a past video titled Houdini and Substance Designer. And this would be simple to use too. I think you would just use a path and then bool into the path. And then it looks like they triangulate it. Huh. Oh, my game? Yeah, my game is going to be a 3D infinite platformer / runner with some city management aspects built into it. That means that as you're progressing through the world, I'm hoping to get things such as, materials and stuff. And this is going to be a completely free game, so I'm not trying to create it with the current mobile convention we currently have, which is, you got to rest or take a break, stuff like that. It's going to be completely free. There's going to be, obviously, you can purchase other characters to play with. And yeah, I'm not trying to gatekeep with a paywall. Sakai, oh, that sounds fun. I'm excited to be here for the development. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm excited to develop it. I just hope it's fun. We just got to get movement feeling really good, and we got to get a solid combat system in, as well as a couple of other things. But after that, we're gonna have to tackle, the infinite runner side of things. I don't know in regard to storage space how much it's gonna be because of that, but we're going to find out. I want to make something cool, right? So we're just going to have to figure out how we're going to do it. And I think the best way is to do procedurally generated stuff, because procedural generation, while it may mean that the game loads a little bit more, there's less storage that you have to, it's less you have to download to install and play the game. So the team ended up building custom models, which resolved both a technical and artistic issue of game development. Little corridor-like elements the team refers to as shoulders were created to form the paths for the levels. So it looks like they X-nayed these, or they either kept the tile generation and then just handmade levels or paths. Oh snaps! I didn't grab all my things. So Sakai, what are you into, man? Are you a developer yourself, or are you just interested in the game and that's why you're here, or you're interested in game development for your own future purposes? Creating little holes and pits in the road was a whole nother creative challenge for the team, as that meant there had to there had to be tiles within the hexagon tiles. Within the hexagon tiles. Plus, every pit had to be unique. Some of them were dark holes, the others were filled with lava. Edit. However, the developers realized the roads were almost circular, so the little hexagon pieces could be reused for optimization. That is true. If we think about it, literally Crash Bandicoot was the first infinite runner. Well, not infinite runner, but it was the first runner. I mean, what did you have to do? Steer along a guided path. You had to dodge obstacles. Interesting how itself is a genre when literally Crash Bandicoot did it first on PlayStation. It just didn't have that infinite aspect to it, you know? So the developers realized the roads were almost circular, so the little hexagon pieces could be reused for optimization. Yeah, they just reuse them. You can watch the full breakdown here. Don't forget to join our new
All right, with me now, we've got Miguel.
And remember, guys, we're starting off a little slow here because we need to have a battle strategy on how we're going to conquer all of this, right? This isn't just something to jump into and to just do like that. We need to figure out what type of environment we want to make. Is it a forest? Is it a forest? Is it a rainforest? Is it a desert plain? I'm thinking on the lines of like forest, rainforest, starting the character off.
Hey, Miguel.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Good. So let's start with a little bit about yourself.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I started using Houdini quite a while ago. Before joining King 4 years ago, I worked for almost a decade doing flight simulators, and that's where I started to use it because, well, you probably can guess the big data sets that you treat building the environments and super cityscapes and things like that. So that's where I started using it little by little, and then at King in games, I started to find places to use it as well. And well, in cases like Crash, we used it pretty deep into the pipeline.
Right. Well, that's a good segue to what you're going to be talking about today. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Crash Bandicoot on the Run, it's the latest game that we have released, and we have used Houdini really deep in the pipeline, really closely matched to Unity, which is the game engine that we used. And we used it for the landscapes. We used it for the prototyping, a lot of it, but also in the production. A lot of what you see on screen while playing the game has been through Houdini.
Excellent. Well, can't wait. Let's jump in.
Hey, hello. So very quickly, just in case, my name is Miguel Mendez, and I've been working
Hello, Miguel.
years at King as Houdini TA, pretty much all the time.
Technical
And I've been working on
assistant.
several projects, but today I want to talk to you about Crash, mostly because it's the
Ria. Hey, Ria. How's it going? I've enjoyed everything I've seen so far, even when you're working on stuff I'm not familiar with, like the programming. Corey. Hey, Corey. Hey, I see that you're getting into level design and world building. There's a free book on Google. Just type the book of level design. That is what I did for my game. Ooh, sounds good. What is it called? The Book of Level Design. Nice. Yeah, I know that, is this it essentially? I know there's a lot of ways to kind of manipulate, and I don't like using the word manipulate because it seems relatively mean, but when I say it, I mean there's a way to, by the way, Ria, thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you being here. And I'm kind of happy to get into world building because I'm getting tired of programming. I mean, I love it, but at the same time, and I haven't even opened up my project. Let's, man, I want to show you guys what I was working on last night, but I'm just going to wait until it's perfect, or at least I think it's perfect. Then I'm going to show y'all. But it's the logo. It's starting to look really good. But yeah, thank you for being here, Ria. And I'm excited to hear that you like to watch and that you've been enjoying it. I hope it's an enjoyable experience, right? But back to what Corey said. Yeah, I know for level design, there's a lot of ways to kind of manipulate the player's thought on things. And depending on mechanics, that can change. That can change drastically. For instance, an open range in Legend of Zelda, right? You feel safe, you feel at peace, you feel calm, you're not too tense, right? But if we were to take that same field into a FPS game, right? The feeling changes drastically because then you're thinking, man, I'm out in the open. I can get shot from anywhere. Someone can get me, So it's really about trying to manipulate the terrain based on the game that you're going to play. I'm going to have to really think and contemplate about how we're going to do world building here, how we're going to create the platformer aspect of things, because I want it procedurally generated, right? Or I want to try to implement that. We might have to move some things around and stuff. But the point is that we're going to start building world assets. But before I do that, I want to have a battle strategy. So that's why we're watching this. I like making concept art, Ria says over on YouTube, and drawing characters. Haven't done any drawing for a while either, though. Well, you got to get back into that. Ria, if you want, on those prompts, you can always, if you're trying to get back into that too, if you want to do a 2D part before doing the 3D part, you can do that as well. And that'll get you back into drawing. That'll get you back into 3D modeling. These are all things that can tie into each other. And then what that'll help you do is, one, it'll give you a battle strategy. Two, it'll help you to create a cohesive workflow, because you'll be able to draw these things. And then when you 3D model them, it'll show that you can not only draw it, but you can 3D model it. What do they say? 1 for 1, right? And if they look perfect or look the same, I can't even do that, right? Sir Syntax. Oh, Syntax! Hey, Syntax over there on Twitch. How's it going, my friend?
First game we have released where we have used Houdini really deeply into the environment pipeline. And it has been...
So right now we're watching a video on Houdini chat. If you like game design and you don't know about 80 level, right, make sure to head over there. I'm not too fond of the logo, right? But excuse me, I'm sorry. But there is it's all like environment art, character art. It's got a lot of tech stuff, and it's all based around game development. So yeah, check it out. But other than that, we're watching a video on how King, a studio, incorporated Houdini into their mobile game.
Lots of learning and
Syntax. Yeah, I'm doing good. I feel like I kind of answered that prematurely, but that's what we're doing. We're watching this video, trying to build a battle strategy.
like to hear about it.
Then, guys, we're going into Miro, and we're going to get references to figure out what we want to do. Hey, Amin, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the channel. It's good to see you here, buddy. I'm happy to hear you've just spawned.
And be interesting to you. So first I want to show you the Crash Bandicoot on the Run launch trailer. I think it's on the one side it's fun, but also there's a shot in it where you will see Crash running from the top into a vista through a road, and he will find a junction, and to the right there's a really mountainous, icy world, and to the left there's a jungle with pyramids and stuff. And
I like that.
It's really telling of the vision that we had for the game. So I'll let the trailer run. And
Syntax. It's mostly an art stream today, I believe, right? Yeah, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be less of an art stream and more of a. Hopefully we can get into art, right? And before we jump into this, hopefully we can get into art. But right now, I'm just trying to really make sure that I am going into this with the right mindset. I need to know if I'm going to be building these assets procedurally in Houdini or if I'm going to do it via Blender, right? And I'm sure I'll work in between both of them. But if you didn't know about Houdini, it's a great tool that you can use to create procedural models. And what that means is that instead of me going in and out of Blender, I can just, or in and out of Unreal and Blender, right? Moving in between them, dragging, dropping, yada, yada. I could just do it in Houdini, drag the tool into Unreal, and then, you know, automatically generate things from there. So it's a great way to incorporate a quick workflow and, you know, procedurally generated models. Amin says, how is the weather in California? It's a little cloudy today, but I love it. I love cloudy weather and I love rain. It's the perfect. I'm a homebody, right? So when it's sunny outside, I'm like, maybe I should go outside, right? So, you know, when it rains, it's an excuse for me to sit inside. It's the perfect weather for soup, hot cocoa, you know, a nice calming fire. Never heard of it before. Yeah, Houdini is a very, very powerful tool. If you haven't looked into it, I'd make sure to go ahead and do so. It's just a all-around great tool to have in the development process, in my opinion. Amin, over on Twitch, I was wondering who was calling by sirs and tax. You know what? We have got to fix this. I guess I should do it now. I have to put a universal. We're going to put a universal chat in, guys, because I feel like at this point I keep putting it off, but I get so consumed by the work that I forget to do these things. I gotta log in with Twitch, I believe. There we are. Chat box. Where is the chat box? Sorry guys, I can't see you. You're being blocked currently right now. Chat highlight widget settings. Chat box widget settings. Clean, boxed, Twitch, old school, chunky. I kind of like old school. Guys. What do you think of old school? Oh, really? Because here it's rainy. It's rainy where you are, huh? Are you sure you're not in California, huh? I mean, you've been lying to me this whole time. What do you guys think about this one? I'm hoping that this works universally. So I'm happy that we have people in both chats because we can test this and make sure that we are chat box. Actually, I put a text. I'm a doopy doop. Chat box. Oh, ooh, oh boy. All right, guys, chatter up right now. Chat. Let me see them chats in both chat, YouTube, Twitch. I want to hear you guys talking. Or see you guys talking, I guess, in this case, huh? I need to macro a button to this. I think I can. What is it? Oh, yeah, I can. Look at me. I am controlling it with the macro. Nice. I gotta drag this up because I can barely see it. All right, guys, let's get talking on YouTube too. I want to see if this only works. Just display the chat on OBS Studio? I could, but then I'd have to look directly here. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, I think that worked. Yeah, it did. Nice. I wish it added the emblem because I feel like there we go. There we are. Hi there. Yep, we can all see it. I'm going to try to update this really quick. I don't know if this takes a while to update, but there we go. All right, boom. But yeah, you guys should be able to see each other now. We're going to save those settings. And we should all be seeing what everyone's saying. And I've been putting it off for way too long. And it was that quick to make, right? But anyways, guys. Hello, hi, yay. We're all here. Make the chat on top so we can see it. The chat on top where? Oh, you want it to come down. You want it to play in reverse is what you're saying. Okay. We can do that, I believe. Chat box. Sorry, we're getting everything set up here because I'm too lazy to do it by myself. Custom bad words I should blacklist. Enable custom HTML. Where is play in reverse? Enable better TTF. Find messages. Yeah, I don't think it'll let me do that. Sadly. Hello, Testo1. Thank you guys so much for helping me out here. But yeah, I don't think I could do that. I have a font size, a hide message after 15 seconds. I think we'll put it to 40 seconds. Or 50. We'll put it to 200. That way you guys can always read what's going on. But yeah, I don't think I can play it in reverse, my friends. So this is what we got. It just, yeah. But yeah, let's hop back into the video. I want you all to pull out your pencils. Test over Twitch. Yeah, there we go. Someone type a very long, obscure message. Just say, hey, 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 hey. You know, blah, 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 blah. Just very long, obscured. You can make it funny too if you want. But that way we could see if I need to make the box bigger. Because, you know, I feel like it's in the perfect spot. Right? I hope so, at least. Yeah. Everyone loves this song, huh? Yeah. They show the skins. Ah, man, you gonna hit the TNT? Oh, okay. It will be cool to be able to see all the messages now. I agree, Ria. It's a great trailer. We gotta have something like this, but with like Christian music. Some real hard Christian music.
Okay.
Dude, you're gonna stop it on me like that? I was vibing.
It's still fun, though.
Oh, see, it means like I can say hello from Twitch now.
This is one of the original concept designs for one of the lands. It's called
I like that.
And you can see how expansive it looks. And here I think the idea we had was to create like a really expansive environment that felt big and real, and you actually go to places. So it would.
I miss Bandicoot's syntax says. I do too.
In the market.
I just think Bandicoot was just a.
Yeah, like really.
It's a good game.
Actually,
it's like the first. I could see why they made this game because it's literally like the first runner game. Like if you think about it, it was the first game to do that. What is an infinite runner? It's just you infinitely run, but it's a runner game. You run up a path and you move around and you dodge obstacles, and that's what you do in this.
Your way to get
For you.
One or reach some place where it has.
But yeah, I miss Crash Bandicoot too. There's going to be a lot of inspiration in the world art because I really love
and
how they create the models.
A capture of the actual final result.
I like the stylized look to it.
Looks like the original concept. The environment team has done a great job here. They have provided all the art captures, by the way. They have done a great job of showcasing the work. And yeah, sure. coming back to
By the way, guys, I'm gonna put a
it looks
quick chat in here because I want to
if I
test
show you now the game,
what happens if I put a long
you see,
obscured
what
message.
the
Hey.
jump. And if you look at the far end,
Okay, it works.
sides, it's not nearly as
It's a shame they don't make games like the classics anymore. They don't.
you can
It's
that volcano at the end. Right?
it really is, and I feel like it's because as games progress,
Background,
they you need more complex ideas. But I'm trying to find a way to make complex things
in the
simplistic.
of this game that when you actually play,
Because at the end of the day, that's what a that's what a game should be.
the real protagonist is Crash.
Sorry, guys, I mushed my words together. It's an ADHD thing.
The road is very powerful, so that's like that's sort of the supporting actor in this play, and the sides are barely visible and not that important. But still, I wanted to show you the.
See how they have that fog in the background chat?
It played a big role on how we started working.
Although it looks like that
for
object
this
is
game,
just
on the prototyping of the environment tools. And of course, what we were tempted to do was a traditional approach where we had like a Houdini height fields or unit terrains that you can move between them easily nowadays, and lay down stuff on it. So lay down a road that would blend into it, and and have like an open world game sort of. The truth is that it wasn't a good fit technically for phones. At least the range of devices that we cover with this game, I'm not sure they could do it. But also the authoring of the world and the levels and the art, the workflow is tricky. And
from which Bandicoot game was the footage? Because I don't remember that from when I played. It's a mobile game. This one that he's particularly talking about, it's a mobile one. I think it's called Crash Bandicoot on the Run. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot on the Run. If you guys are interested in playing it, Crash Bandicoot on the Run.
Then we had, you will see the variety of lands and how they came out to be. I'm going to show it to you here. Really prove that the terrain approach, the traditional open world or terrain approach, wasn't really fit. For example, this temple ruins level doesn't have a terrain at all. There's nothing. There's a floating road. Or every land pretty much has holes in the road, these pits, and you would have a terrain floating there. Or worse, every land has cave systems.
Yeah, it's a mobile game. It's new. And they had another new one recently, if you didn't know. It's like called Brash. I'm combining Bandicoot and Crash. Brash! It's Crash Bandicoot, I forget, but there's a new one. There's a new console game and a new mobile game.
And transmission wide.
Why my bot isn't working and not showing the stream on Discord, and it makes me mad. I couldn't say. Maybe it has to do with how much it updates.
We had already some experience with.
So maybe if you fix that.
Prototypes, other games in the company.
I want to replay the first game. Do you got a PS1?
So I prepared this little group of slides just to tell you a bit of at least how I see tiling systems, and this little bit of pieces, this little collection is what a tile set is normally called.
Yeah.
And there's some rules to connect them together. And to me, the one fun fact about putting them together is that you just provide a tiny bit of data. In this case, it would be a really low res, like 8 by 8 pixel height field with even like 2 bits of precision already lets you create this terrain. And the rule set that connects the tiles looks at each pixel and sets the four pieces that meet in that corner, and you get this smooth output and seemingly.
The whole bot with all codes has over 2,500 lines. Jesus, so it's a pain.
Of data that this tile set is.
Syntax says no, but my eldest brother most likely has it. Dude, looks like you gotta go. It's perfect time. It's the holidays. You gonna be going over there, eh? Up in the beat. Used to have all the consoles, PS1, 2, NES, EDIC. I'm sure he has them still. That's good because now you got that Crash Bandicoot.
I'm just swapping between tile sets.
So they just switch.
All of these tile sets are done in Houdini, so Houdini can also procedurally generate tiles. So all these variations that a tile set would need can also be procedurally powered. if not done completely. You will see how in Crash we didn't completely, it was impossible, but we didn't completely rely on procedural generation, but the proceduralness of it lets you do the iterations sort of all the combinatorial problem of it. Also in terms of fixing quality stuff. You will see it coming further. So, well.
Nice donuts.
Which is,
I love how he shows this, and I'm hungry, so it's like.
But we still
donut.
didn't rely on square tiles like this. But we had an old prototype that at first I didn't remember we had it. It was based on hexagons. It was for another game, but it had a road in it already.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a Houdini HDA that used only these 5 pieces. You see, I guess you can see how some of them have a little bit of the road straight or more and more turn,
Curved,
more tighter turn. Yeah, and this is the original GIF that I did at the time, years ago.
Okay,
Or
so
or anything like that existed in our heads, and you would provide this very little input data, this very rough spline, and it would give you like a nice smooth surface out of.
I would love to, but he currently has all of his property put away due to personal reasons, so it's probably going to be a while for that. Why don't you just message him ahead of time and be like, "Hey, yo, pull out that freaking PS1 for me, bro, migo.
All by the art team.
I'm trying to get down on some Crash Bandicoot.
And
Crashy, I'm sorry.
immediately, we moved it to Unity just to see how it felt with the current at the time toolset. So we had this nice multi-spline editor in Unity that the Unity tool team.
Oh, he's getting these to move
the tool team did and,
together.
It felt really nice to combine them. So here instead there is a level of indirection in the original prototype. Crash would run directly on.
Oh, it brings it up too. That's sick.
But we would need to sort of provide hexagon splines, right? Because the road in the hexagon doesn't exactly match the input data, that green spline. Still, that kept evolving, and that happened. But it was an entirely game developer issue. The issue for me and the environment team, the artists, was how do we create the hexagons themselves? This is another tricky situation. Because there's very strict technical requirements on these tiles when you think of it. They have to perfectly match at the edges. Maybe you want some safety skirts procedurally modeled for them. So there's like a bit more safety there in terms of continuity.
And if you look at these, like they connect perfectly too, right? So what I'm thinking they do is they generate this world and they connect these as well. They merge the mesh together, and since the vertices are already here, they just snap. Syntax says, I could, but there are currently personal things going on with him, so it would be kind of inconsiderate. However, I'm probably going to go to the Vroge de Ver, essentially a giant bonfire with him near the end of the year instead. Okay, that's cool. Well, I hope things get better for him, so you guys could possibly play some Crash Bandicoot, and just because, I just want things to get better for him. I'm sorry to hear that he's not in the best situation right now.
Each other. You cannot have weird angles, and maybe you want some freedom, and just making them by hand entirely would be, well, complicated. Feasible, but really complicated to have everything looking nice. So my first gut instinct was to make an HDA that would just parametrically and procedurally generate hexagons. And in that sense, it was successful, but only in that sense. So it would give you freedom to change shapes and do stuff to it. And internally, it would be driven and generate also these Bezier segments that the Unity game engine could pull out of the HDA and use them to have Crash navigate this hexagon.
Mm-hmm.
Where it failed miserably was with artists. It was impossible to just generate any decent art with this. No matter how much
I could imagine
to procedural art, I couldn't even come close to what the artists were outputting and the concepts. So it was impossible to match. So immediately I started thinking about how to combine the artistic freedom and the amazing capability of these people with the procedural tool. And we came up with this idea of having well, this is my crappy first model and test, having an input model that would be like the sides of the road.
Yeah, there's a whole situation going on, which I won't go into too much detail about. But near New Year's, I'll probably visit him. He lives on the other side of the country and spend the holidays with him. So he doesn't really have anyone at the moment. Man,
That were very important.
that's just horrible, especially during the holidays. You're a good brother,
And
Syntax.
those would be fed to the
You know?
hexagon builder.
God bless
and
you,
the
man.
hexagon would consume them and basically make a hexagon out of that.
Hopefully everything resolves for him.
Like a tiling system.
You know, it's these moments that really
not a second tiling system if you think of it.
make people stronger, and I believe that for your brother
It
and,
worked,
and for your
and,
family. So
we kept
I
evolving.
pray that he stays strong
Other
during this
examples
time.
that I digged out from all hard drive archives, and you just hear a different shoulder. We call them shoulders because originally it looked like a shoulder, where the shoulder has changed and it touches at the top. So we make an enclosed area, and also the tool lets you do funky stuff like sliding, copying, reordering, and when we put it to the actual test of making the game, it works really well. And I'll show you how we do the roads as well and how everything matches. But here you can see basically this shoulder on the left is used to generate turtle woods, and similarly the lab is generated with that idea of the shoulder touching at the top, and we have an enclosed space. Or another example, we even had like huge shoulders. This is just one shoulder, both sides, and the entirety of the hexagon is covered with just one custom model, and we made hexagons out of that.
Yeah, I could have been. It could have been a.
Mean.
I could have been a better brother at times, but the point is that it's impossible to always be 100% all the time. The fact that you're able to take the time that you can now to do that probably means the world to him, and it's just really good of you to do. Can't beat yourself up for the things you can't do and the things you haven't done, but you can definitely use those things to encourage you to do the things that you should do today. So good on you for doing that, man. Give yourself more credit. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Could still have
Right.
and was good at. And this is where Houdini comes at play as well, because it's great to manipulate minutia and very precisely geometry. So we have to
The boring stuff and solve actual problems. So now they're
that they may be unrelated, or at worst, well, basically the road is procedurally generated, and the shoulder on the side is basically an arbitrary mesh. Can have any topology. Just all you know is that it has an edge. That's the only requirement that you put on the art department. And if you
I guess
sort of the
guess
approach of just trying to match them,
doing it, man. You're doing your thing.
you
You're
get,
okay, bro. You got this.
increase in
You're a
geometric
good
count,
person, man.
horrible, topology, not good. But Houdini lets you manipulate things such.
Yeah, the one on the far right is
with
definitely
elegant
optimized.
that with Vex and things like that, we were able to just resample the edge without losing any data, vertex colors, UVs. No vertex data, attribute vertex data was lost, but we get a perfectly smooth surface and barely any increase in vertex count. Another area,
I mean,
that
7.
initially at least was very important, but now it's not so much in the current game. But I wanted to show it to you because of how it proves great uses of Houdini. It can also do heavy computation for you, store it, and then in this case, a vertex shader can consume this data afterwards and very quickly calculate something for you and make it look nice. So originally, not in the current game, but originally this open world thing had a great height field. And if you imagine the side of a hill, if you happen to have put your level there, your road, when it reaches the height field, it will be sideways and it doesn't work. And Crash will sort of float or go into the road when he changes lanes. So what we did here was to modify slightly the vertex shader and use a pre-computed attribute from Houdini, which basically tells it the offset that it should use, like a vector offset of where to sample the height field. And I'm trying to represent it visually on the right, how the offset makes it sample closer to the center of the road. and then
Now trying to find a way to make Unreal talk
flat road, so crash
with
walk
Houdini,
on top of it, and then
that's going to be a goal in the future that we have here at the
and
channel.
sideways of your mountain. Anyway, Houdini is really cool for these things as well. One thing that we did in Houdini and was to extend the concept of the custom model to the pits and the road itself. So it wasn't fully procedural anymore. And the pits could be modeled by an artist with certain freedoms, certain limits as well on the size and keeping things watertight so everything connects well. But it was liberating for them because then they could build whatever they wanted. This is lava, but they have another land where there's electrified plates, and the electrified plates are less deep, so Crash dies on contact basically, and that model is fed to the Houdini HDA, and it puts the killing collider basically at the proper height. It gives both freedom and yet it generates gameplay correct content. And to the right is the Unity developer team
Playing with those function.
how it takes these variants and manipulates them to generate all possible combinations, sizes
That's so cool, guys.
of pits. Really cool. But at the same time, this was sort of an introduction to a problem that we had, and that I think Houdini's great flexibility and procedural approach saved us here. And let me introduce you how the issue came by. So at its very root, the issue was that we took the Bezier curve for granted, or we took it for what it was. It was what the prototype ran on, or the game ran on, and we decided, well, we need to produce Bezier segments for Crash to navigate the world, so let's use them also for modeling. And we can have all this freedom. You kind of saw it in that GIF where we can shape the curves. What's the issue here? A Bezier by definition has no constant curvature. And constant curvature means that every little chunk of your road, if you split it like we did to the pits, becomes unique. And we didn't do runtime bending of these pieces because we wanted to have perfect matching topology and no precision loss or anything like that. So we pre-bent them, much like the rest of the hexagons. They are pre-bent in Houdini.
Okay.
And this you can expect this data explosion now. I guess in your head you're doing the numbers. Yeah, easily we could have 200 little pieces of geometry in a single hexagon just to have all the possible combinations of road and pits, and 1 lane, 3 lane pits, all of that. And it became a real big concern. The numbers were bad. Import times in Unity were bad. Git was under stress as well because there were many hundreds of files changed every day, every time you pull, just from the daily work of the environment team. So people started to say the obvious thing. They are almost circles anyway. It's obvious until, or it's not obvious, it wasn't to me until I was told. And I was like, yeah, it's true. No one is using this freedom that we have to manipulate the Bezier CVs in any way. We are basically stuck with the default value that we were using. So this is where Houdini comes really in handy, its flexibility, because behind the scenes, from one day to the next, all hexagons, we just recook them all, basically. The ones that had already done, because this happened really late into production. We had more than half, or easily, well, a lot of lands were already in the game. And basically we exchanged using the Bezier splines for modeling. We started using just what you would say circles, constant curvature. So we can reuse every piece is the same as the next. So you can basically reuse.
BRB 5 minutes, C in 5 minutes syntax.
However many chunks you have in your hexagon. And just for compatibility's sake, Houdini would generate a Bezier spline, but it was just the most similar to a circle spline that we could generate. And only for runtime purposes, no modeling based on that spline, of course, just to have perfect geometry matching. And I thought to show because it's quite also telling. Right above me here is those green hexagons are V1, and they would let you do all kind of magic that we were not trying to use anyway. And to the right is the hex v2. The straight, since we wanted a slight bend, left, right, bend there, even in the straight, it's using 3 tangent circles. And this is a nice geometry problem that it was super fun to do in Houdini. And once you do it in Houdini, it's sort of procedural. You have all the solutions for everything, and you can quickly do these funny animations. All those little colored pieces of the road are basically the same piece, just either rotated and flipping the UVs. So we can, again, reuse everything.
What you are learning, I'm learning on how Crash handled
number of files that were
procedural generation with Houdini.
Unity and Git went down by a factor of 100. And we did this in the middle of production. This is, again, another incredible feature that you can have with Procedural Pros. You just redo all the art at once. Anyway, enough for this. I think it's time to show you a bit of the excellent work from the environment team.
Very beautiful work.
A sample of some of the lands, and you can see what I wanted to show here is a couple of things. One is the variety, that how expressive these hexagons became, how much artists can express themselves with just populating the shoulders, the pits, and dressing with some
and I'm assuming the shoulders are these things. These are the shoulders.
The size of these hexagons. They can create...
When I think of shoulders, I think of like a turn,
and,
right? I think
also, another detail is that they don't look like hexagons at all anymore. There's very little effort trying to make them hexagons, which prove this point that I was telling you before about just playing on your hand like this. There was no need for all the hexagons to cover the whole world. Just your field of vision and in a nice road, and you're focused on what you're focused on.
Yeah, because it looked like there was a lot of hexagons at first, but now they're just
ambience and feeling
doing this. Yeah, I get it.
What you're looking at.
Kind of.
Anyway, I'm going to leave you showing you a video of this same thing because they look really tiny here. Let's go.
But yeah, look at how they created this using Houdini, guys.
No gameplay.
This is all procedural generation using custom models, so on and so forth. The pathing here, all Houdini. That's so crazy. Look how beautiful it is. But yeah, we have a lot. I like, see these styles, the style of tree. You know, I like how it looks like a polygon, right? It doesn't look like it has any alphas on it. It just looks like it is a polygon. It probably is.
Turtle Woods, the original land. And this is the lab of Crash's arch enemy. Really cool. So yeah, this is
that's cool, guys. Yeah, if you ever want to watch that, the environment of Crash Bandicoot on the Run. But yeah, we are gonna start kind of looking at artwork. Sorry, I saw that and immediately was like, oh, I use Houdini, right? I saw this. I was just looking up artwork. I saw it and I was like, yeah, I should probably watch that. So I'm happy I did, but I'm just trying to look for some reference. And today we're going to be using like Miro and do like a new board. We're just going to throw stuff in it. Start getting a reference. You don't need any of this. I just want to throw things in here. How do you throw stuff in here? Can I just copy and paste? Yes. We should probably look at like 2D games. foliage stylized. We're just building up some ideas of how we want to handle foliage and other assets in the game. See, while I like this style, I don't think it's... It just feels... Yeah. Right? I don't know. It's cool. I'm really wanting to do... Here, let's see if I can... Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boo-doo-doo. I guess I didn't send that. But I think I feel like something like this is too much. Now, it looks like that might be an alpha, just by the look of this here. At least, yeah. It just has... This looks like it's all done in Houdini. But yeah, we're not trying to do anything. I don't understand how procedural generation works. It's just essentially generating files based off of... I like how this looks kind of. But it looks a little too cartoony. I want like a good mixture. Like I like this. I like stuff like this. That's definitely... Guaranteed this is... Oh, these are actually... Yeah, they're just using that. They're penning on top of it. And I feel like we could create stuff like this relatively easy in Houdini. I think the only yeah, see, this is... The only drawback to this is how many vertices it is, right? You know, each one of these is a vert. I really like it, but I don't know if it's the best strategy. No, they're not free. I'll be... Oh, I guess they are free, but I'm not going to download these. I'm going to be making my own. I mean, I have Houdini, I have Blender, so it's like I should work on it on my own. And speaking of that, it's actually really good details, but it's like, what? Okay, that's just painted on. What's the resolution of these things? I feel like the resolution's pretty high to get that type of detail in those plants. Syntax, and I'm back. Nice to catch you back. It's been more than 5 minutes, man. It's been 8, dude. You lied to me, bro. I don't understand. Watching tutorials or from A to Z by yourself. A to Z by myself, most likely. I might look up some stuff on Houdini, like if I decide to go that route with some of the assets. I can always probably incorporate those later at a different date, but I'm just trying to get my freaking dog, dude. He's out there barking. Man, what is it? This is some high detailed stylized work here, brother. This is beautiful. Holy moly. But this is the type of stylized I like, where it's got like more of a realistic look to it. It's not so cartoony. Like it's stylized in the sense that the shapes are a little exaggerated, especially like you could see it in these tree. But yeah, that looks sick. Look at this, dude. I like that a whole heck of a lot. And he's only selling it for 17 bucks. That's crazy. I used syntax minutes, not regular minutes. What is that? Every 2 minutes is a minute? That means you were 10 minutes late. No, I'm joking. It's just good to have you back, brother. Brother, man. I don't think this is stylized either, man. I'm putting stylized, fully stylized. Ain't give me stylized. I'm gonna be. I missed me too. Yeah. That's what I tell my fiance every time she tells me she loves me. I love you. I love me too. It's always a funny little thing to say. But yeah, I think we're gonna. Man, I just like my initial thought, just jump into it, do it. But I'm trying to be more gracious with what I do. I don't want stylized. I don't want like Animal Crossing stylized in the game. Although this is very pretty and I like it. It's too Animal Crossing for me. Maybe in the future. I do like some of these bushes and stuff. These are very nice bushes. This has got to be. Yeah. I mean, look at this. It's square heaven. The little birds. The real question is how and what. Like these look hard modeled. No, they just got really good textures on it. They give that look. Looks like some of these didn't load. Snipping. Snapping. Whoa. Whoa. That's not the picture I wanted, guys. You gotta believe me. You've gotta believe me. I don't feel like I'm getting all the things that I want. Maybe we look at stuff like this. I like this, but is this gonna do the thing again? Where it's gonna do the thing again. We're just gonna alt print screen and slap this bad boy in here. Even though I feel like, and it still did it. Sketch Fab. It's like don't reference these images. We curse anyone who references the images. Syntax over at Twitch says you probably knew already, but in case you didn't, the Unreal Store has around 5 free packs you can get for free. Yeah, I know. I know it sounds dumb, right? But I'm just like why did you replace it? Great, now I have 2 of these. I really should make those trees. Just have like 5 of these. He's like, man, that guy really just wants to make those trees. Just really wants to make them. Boom, 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 boom. Let's just look online. Stylized foliage. Foliage. What is Miro or website? It's a brainstorming website, man. World environment stuff. Brainstorm /reference. Reference. He can't even spell reference. He's an idiot. You're not wrong. No, I don't want to save the page. Syntax says, I get them every month just to have, but I've never used them once in my life, nor do I plan to. That's how the assets on there go, you know? But it feels really great to have so many things in the library. It does. You just look through them. I do have some already. I'm a real stickler for doing my own thing, and it kicks me in the butt work-wise, but I feel like I think there's a lot of pros to doing it on your own. It gives authenticity to the game, right? You can actually say one man made this, in that sense, which isn't my goal, by the way. But if I'm going to give myself to God, right, chat, I'm going to give all of myself to God. I'm not just going to try to find the easy way out, because to me, that's not a true way of serving. It's giving your entirety to him, you know, doing things, because then, you know, it's like, yeah, one guy handled all this. How did he do that? The only way, God. There's no way I could do this on my own, right? If this comes out successful, does well. Why you write long text? I don't understand. I understood it. Me, I'm just used to writing big laps of text. Kind of habit. I mean, I got it. It's fine if you write big, long texts. Just make an entire essay right now. Be like, there was once a midday summer gray. I like this stuff. How can I do that too? Essay coming up. Thank you, Syntax. I appreciate you. What a great viewer. That's the pinnacle of great view. Look at that man, chat. I want you to look at him and realize that is the example. When I say jump, you should say how hot. No, I'm joking. He's merely doing it because he's like, yes, I love trolling. Big long essay text is what I must do. It aligns with my desires. But yeah, let's look at like the Sonic mobile game. 3D, 2D, 3D platformer. I know they've had some in the past, and I think it's important that we look at some of the examples that they most likely have out for us to peel at. Just experimenting everything inside, expriming, I don't know what that is. Everything inside you like I do now, but I don't feel like writing long text, but I am. That is of magic hands. That is true. Magic hands. Magic wizard hands. That's like when I was younger, I used to listen to a lot of like like dubstep and all that stuff, because like whenever it makes you feel like a wizard, man, if you stick your hands out and do that. Makes you feel like a wizard. You know, that's probably where I get that like from. Is these trees, like the Sonic trees, man. Growing up, just looking at these Sonic trees, it's probably where that sharpness. I want something to look sharp. So I'm gonna be real with you guys. We're gonna play around a little bit on here, and the world environment, the models are gonna change, the textures are gonna change, because I'm gonna look at it and be like, I don't like it. one day, and it could look good, it could look bad, right? But man, there's not really a lot of good examples that I can think of because I don't have a lot of reference in my. Hey, thank you so much for the subscription. Action. I appreciate it, my friend. And now you make me feel like I must take action on looking up the best reference. Really quick, what's a good mobile platformer game? Real quick, guys. We must take action. Thank you so much, Action, for joining the team. We appreciate your support, my friend. I forgot dubstep was a thing. Good times, yeah, when I was younger. I wouldn't say they're a good time. I was so lost and confused back then, dude. I had no idea what was up, what was down, what was left, and what was right. I feel a lot better now, so I thank God for taking me from there, because I was getting into no good. I was a bad kid, man. I was a bad boy. My words per second, you guys want to know? 20. Turns out less is more, guys. Less is more. It's like, I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie, Pootie Tang, where like he's just like the guy, like the dude pours his heart and soul out, and they're like, and then they listen to the other thing, and it's just like this goofy song that just like plays for 1 second, and they're like, oh man, that's so great, what the heck? Sup, big facts, less is more a lot of the time, 100%. And that's what I'm trying to figure out with this game, right? At what point can we say it's too complex? Because I feel like adding too much complexity to it will take away from the fun of it, right? And that's going to roll into everything. The game mechanics, the levels, right? The world design, yada, yada. You know, we have things like this, and it's just like, I want to look at mobile platform game 3D environments. I'm just trying to find good reference here so I can kind of get an idea of what I want. This is cute, but it's not what I'm going for. I need something that kind of matches my character. Right? And by the way, guys, if you didn't see the video, we got the health working. By the way, this is all work in progress. It's whipped up right now. And as time progresses, I'm hoping that more and more gets added to it. My biggest concern is the holidays, right? Because there's nothing like the holidays to reel you away from the work and get you off rhythm. Phantom, hey Phantom, welcome to the channel. Action says depth over complexity. I agree 100% because sometimes depth is what defines complexity. Amin says, this is actually awesome. Phantom says, how are you? Sorry for not joining your lives. That's all right, man. We just appreciate you being here right now, my bro. My bro-migo. I had a lot of problems, like RL problems, or like you were working on like a game and you had problems and you had to focus on that. Syntax says, but as a nerd, I gotta say, it's never too complex. It's true. And sometimes it's funny because like you'll think something's complex, right? Because it took you a long time to understand it, at least in my case. And I just like, you look at it like you're like, it's so complex but simplistic. It's like the sacred geometry and stuff. It's like sacred geometry. But yeah, we got the health working. If you haven't checked out the last devlog, I think you should go do it. Make sure to give a thumbs up as well. Kind of talks about what we did last week, what the goal was, how we achieved that goal, and how we ended up here. I should probably go in at some point and delete all these logs because they're starting to drive me insane. But I'm like that. I'm like the You know, the hoarder, the guy who won't get rid of his stuff? That's kind of like me with code, you know? Oh my gosh, no. No. Oh, okay, that's whenever I press P. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. Don't look at me. We can get rid of that. Or we can keep that, but we're not going to be printing it. I don't know why I did all that. I just need to get some of these printables out of here because I, for the love of God, do no longer want to look at all this text in the log. In real life problems, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Phantom. Everything's going all right, though, right? Everything always works out, man. Syntax says, I love just making things way more complicated than it should be. I'll tell you this much. I don't love doing it, but it's something I do by nature, and I really hate it. That is good. Amin says, that is good. This will train your brain for complex things, and this is very helpful in some situations. True. I got 30 words per minute. 34 words? Dude, I got 10 words per minute, bro. No one can touch how simplistic it is. They have a lot of depth. It's like how people read haikus and they cry, and there's like what? Only a couple, there's like 10 words in a haiku. By the way, I deleted Discord because it's better this way. Oh man, you deleted Discord? I'm sorry to hear that. What happened? Are you just having a lot of Discord drama? Because I'll tell you this much. When it comes to drama, don't drive towards it. Steer away from it, right? Go this way. You see drama here, right? Drive this way, right? That's what I've learned, at least. Whenever someone tries to bring up drama, I'm like, I'm sorry to hear that. At least when it's like pointed towards me. Amin. By the way, everybody give a warm welcome to Action. He's just subscribed to the channel. He's become a part of the team, the friendship, the fellowship. By the way, Amin goes ... what? Bro, just because I do 10 words per minute doesn't mean you gotta be all jealous about it, man. Come on. Bro, I got 12 words an hour. Get on my level, nerd. What was that, like half a word per what? I can't even think of that because I'm so dumb. It's like half a word. He's like got hey pennies, but with words. He's like barely filling in the O. It's a half a O. I found out a lot of my friends are toxic, and now I have only 2 friends left. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now, Phantom. It is one of the greatest things that I think I ever learned in life. And I'm going to show you a picture. You see that ring, brother? Friends are like sonic rings, okay? You only need one to survive. But yeah, man, friends come and go, and it really does stink because as humans, we're made to bond and to connect and to work together. And sometimes things just don't work out. And it's better to get away and clear your mind. Because when you're focused on that thing, you're not focused on the thing you should be focused on, right? So I'm happy that you're no longer surrounded by toxic people. And I pray that God fills that void with the friends you have now and the family you have now and the stuff that you're working on now. Ria, welcome. See, Ria. Thank you, Ria, for saying welcome. Everyone else in here is just talking about how many words they can't say in a minute. It was a joke this whole time, boys. I'm able to do 300 words per minute. Not trying to flex or anything, but at least we know you guys can only do 12 an hour. Look at these jokers, Action. Look at these guys in here. This whole time they thought they were cool. No, I'm joking. Syntax says half of the time is spent readjusting my glasses like a proper old man, or like the cool character in an anime before he does something awesome. He's like, the whole time it was you. Like the guy's hurting himself and the dude's like laughing and he's like, bro, you can't handle my power level. I'm too strong. And then the guy smiles and lifts up his glasses and he's like, the whole time you were punching yourself. And then like it Shoots to a picture of this guy's disfigured body, and he's like, oh. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. My shenanigans should be sealed at some point, but it's hard. I got an active imagination. Phantom says, laugh out loud. You made my day. I'm good to hear that I've made your day, man. That's what I do this for. I'm here to give, hopefully some sanctuary in time of stress for those, and, encourage people to pursue their passion. I say that I want Christians to do it, and that's absolutely true. But if you're not Christian and you're in here, I'm hoping that I'm encouraging you to do the same, because we all have a purpose in life and we all should pursue it. It went all according to my brain. Half the time is spent readjusting my graph. Well, you got to really think about each letter that you're using, right? Like, why are you using an O to say open? Right? Why is that a thing? You got to really think about that. I mean, I have to go. No, stay. Phantom OLP, I'm Christian. Well, that's good to hear, friend. I am too. I follow the Father through and through. Everywhere I go with his flow. Just so y'all know that I'm your bro. Oh, boy. Sorry, caps lock was toggled. Oh, I thought you were just being passive aggressive with me again. I'm joking, bro. Hey, if you have to go, I'll catch you around, man. Thank you for sliding on in and being a good friend. If you haven't already, make sure to click the like button. Helps me out. And yeah. And by the way, guys, congratulations. We have reached 100 messages today. So you can all give yourself a pat on the back for interacting with me, the one and only. Bye, Amin. Everyone say bye, Amin. Have a good night. But yeah, let's guys, I'm like dreading this because I overcomplicate things so much. I will not say bye, but you just did. You just did. Oh, he's like, I texted bye. I didn't say bye. Dang it. I've been swindled. So, I'm going to try to throw this in here just to kind of start getting mock-ups. I made this a while back. It's grass. It looks like it could be worked on better, especially for our game, because this is, while it's stylized, it's not fitting. I feel like there's too much in it. There's too much chaos, and we got some of these artifacts here. I think that's from the normal. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and like start throwing this in here. I got to conceptualize how we're going to handle things in the background, and I feel like I'm going to do that with blocks for the moment. Because I like, one thing I do like that I didn't bring up is that there's Rayman Legends. I don't know if you've ever seen this game, guys. You've probably seen it, probably played it. But I feel like I like the way they handle the foreground and the background. But I still want to try a different approach to it, maybe. There was a picture I saw where they had some objects in the foreground that you could kind of see that were a little blurry as you're walking by. So I kind of want to have some little touches like that in the game as well. Don't you find it strange that I appear on your lives and disappear like it's so random? No, I don't find it strange, man. That's how it is. If anything, when you appear in our lives, we're appearing in yours at the same time. He's like, I am the phantom. I appear and disappear randomly out of nowhere. It looks flat. It does, doesn't it? It absolutely does look flat. What's going on? I think this just took a dookie. Oh. Yes, I know. I have to upgrade my card, but I'm too lazy to do it. Sorry, guys. I swear I'm not broke. I'm not broke, I swear. Yeah, it does look flat, but there's a lot of adjustables in here. Like you can adjust I think this is how you select it. I guess you select it through here. Do 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 do. But yeah, you can, let's look at the preview. You know, you can change the grass amount, you know, and as you change it back, I'm still very new to Substance Designer, so you have to forgive me if it doesn't look awesome, right? But yeah, I think for this, I want it to just be like very soft. But we also have to take into consideration like what type of world are we building? Are we going, what do you guys think? Rainforest or forest, chat? I'm going to depend this on you guys. What would be a good introduction environment? When I was 9 years old, I was always playing Rayman Origins and Legends. Man, I remember, what was it? Rayman 3? That game was hard. I know. I mean, have you created a normal map for the texture? I did create a normal map for the texture. However, I don't like the normal map on it because I'll tell you this much right now. When you add it, you see like when you add it, it automatically, I feel like makes it look so much. Can you just do what I want, darn you? I mean, I guess it looks the same. But from here, I don't know. Where's that artifact at? The artifact. It went away because I did the thing. But yeah, you know, you can change the grass scale, how much. And we could do something like that, I feel like. Take down the wave intensity of it. You know? And that's the beauty of the grass. And I feel like that looks a lot better for the purposes. Yeah, it's definitely displacement. Although I do know that when you mess with it, there's still a little bit of a wave in there. Grass X amount. And we can change how thick they are, I guess, too. I made that a thing. I can make them super thin and gross. We can change the normal intensity, right? Make it thicker, take it away, the height intensity, yada, yada. If we take the grass out of here completely, we can change the stone positions. This is all me just trying to learn stuff and trying to get things looking nice, I guess. Although, I would argue it's not too great. We can take away rocks, add more rocks. But what I wanted was something I could create, like, I wanted to make something that I could create different results from instantly. I thought it was a displacement or something. No, like even just a normal map and a displacement map goes a long way. Yeah, it does. But I feel like syntax in a stylized game, it just never, I feel like it never looks well for some weird reason. Maybe rainforest / jungle sounds good. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. But for that, we would have to make this grass darker. I feel like. I wish there was a way. I don't know if there's a way to change the variables to make this look darker. All right, we can change the darkness here. Okay, I need to go now, else my dad will kick me. Ooh, Amin, sorry. I'll see you around, man. You have a good time. Or good night. Syntax says, question, is the grass going to be viewed top from the side? Because this texture works for side view, but if it's top down as the painting on the ground, for example, then it's probably going to look really off. It's going to be side view, right? But the reason why it would look off is because of that tiling that we would get in it. And that's why, so there's a thing called, what is it? Micro variations. And you can essentially use a Perlin noise to create a micro variation where on the black, it'll display one. It'll essentially display one texture, and in the white, it'll display another. And you can get it so it blends in with each other, or it's hard pressed. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, I'm going to put this in for now. We're going to have to work on things gradually. It's not going to look good, just so you know. This is going to be a long road, ladies and gentlemen, because you'd think I'd be most comfortable with this, but I'm actually not. Because like I said, like anytime I do any good work, it just feels like I've been blessed by God when I do it. We'll put grass. Where the heck did it didn't give me grass? There's a folder already. I don't see the folder. Do you guys see the folder? I don't see it. There we go. Delete folder. Just hiring an underpaid artist. Easy. I can't do that to someone, man. I'm broke too. Like, I'm barely making it by. I've put a lot of money into like Substance Designer, Substance Painter, Adobe Photoshop, the whole suite, you know, into Houdini. That's why I'm hopefully I'm going to try to make a Kickstarter at some point, but I want to get to the game to that level where I can showcase it and be proud about it and have something authentic. I'll show you guys what I was working on last night. By the way, this is still a whip. It's still far from being finished, okay? But I was working on the logo. I figured I'd show you guys later. But I'm kind of getting the rough shapes out, figuring out what colors I want to go with it. I'm sure you can buy a few artists at a garage sale for a huge discount. Yeah, probably. But this is the logo for the game so far. I'm thinking of putting something right here, like a silhouette of Judah. And then as we introduce each character, we'll add them into it. But I want to do a couple of things with it. I think I want to add some 3D dimension to it. So, yeah, we're working on this, man, as well. Off of the scenes. I worked on this last night. I think for purposes, I might have to put the green around it too. And then do like I don't want to do a dark green. Exactly. At least between the logos and stuff, but I'm just trying to get placement right. This is the first time I've tackled something like this. So I just felt like maybe I should show you guys that. I do a lot of iteration on art because I'm not an artist by any means. Any art that I do takes a lot of effort on my end because, you know, I'm not an artist. It takes a long time to get it looking good or presentable, you know, and even then it's kind of like meh. And while I would use people to do art, it's just I can't offer anyone money right now, and I just feel completely wrong doing that to somebody. Like, work deserves funds, and there's individuals that have contacted me like, hey, I want to work on this with you, but I feel so weird. You know, I feel so weird doing that. I know it sounds strange because it's like, oh, free help, yeah. But I can't see myself doing that. Is this the grass? That is not the grass. So like this is some of my earliest when I first started doing the grass, right? While it might have come a long way, which one is it? I have like 30 of them. Look, see? I have a bark, but I've done like so many grass textures, it's actually insane. I like the initial layout of the logo. Are you talking about shoot, the one that I showed beforehand, where it's got the J, the Judah, and then friends? Because I can definitely try to make a variation of that and explore that at a later date. Who dropped the green pills in the dirt again? Stop making fun of me. Where is it, man? I guess it's not gonna show me. Oh, it's date modified. Let's go into our files. I guess it's not here. That's weird. Untitle. If you haven't seen, I'm too lazy to title my stuff, which is my dumb. It's my dumb. But yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about, Ria. Oh, it's this one. Untitled 42. I believe. Is it? Yeah, see, look at how bad that is. Oh, man. I'm telling you guys, anything I do, that's all God. It is not me. Because my stuff, it takes a long time to get looking proper. Yeah, it was me trying to test something with a tail. I was like, oh, it'd be cool to have a tail in there at some point. Let's see if I can find the one. Did I get rid of it? I hope I didn't. That would be so dumb of me. Oh, this one. This one. I was thinking of doing like just roughing out this side to put like, oh, would that balance it out? Right? I'm disappointed in you, sir. I'm disappointed in myself. Syntaxed. You think I'm proud of this stuff? I'm not. It's why I didn't want to share it, but I'm doing it because you know what? It gives glory to God. But yeah, see how that like I was thinking of doing something like this, but adding like Judah's side right here. But I feel like that's way the difference between this one and the one I presented is that I feel like this one is more for like it looks more serious, just the overall layout. Granted, I could bunch it up like I did the other one. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll bunch it up like we did the other one and then try variation with that. You know, but as it goes, I think, you know, what I have here is pretty cool. You know, but I'm going to try something with this same text, bunch it up, and then I'll show you guys another one at a later time. The one you made in Illustrator is nice for you. Oh, this one. Okay. Yeah. But now that you say it, I kind of want to try doing that. So I'll probably try it. But that's the last time I show art because I know I'll get judged for it by I'll get judged. What did I send this out as? Where is it? Export with dependencies. Cancel. I guess we get to play. Which one was it? Substance grass. Oh, I have to do the S. S. This says not work. I think we can do. We'll try planar here. Or I was judging the entitled file names, just immoral, honestly. I just want to make it really difficult for anyone who tries to snoop in my computer to find things. They're like, why is everything untitled? Who does this? What type of monster does this? And I'm just sitting there, you know? Yeah, it's good to see the progress, and the older drafts can give ideas. No, you're not wrong at all. Look at how beautiful it looks. There we go, guys. There's my texture. What kind of psychopath does this to people? Yeah. Not a psychopath, just an idiot. It's just a really dumb guy behind a computer who isn't good at programming or art, but just does it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until it's right. The one you made in... Oh, okay, I read that. But yeah, the really cool thing about this, guys, is whenever we do this, we get an instance, right? I think. Why isn't it changing? Yeah, so as you see here, like as I changed in here, it does the thing. And if I go like this, and I would like to go into, what does this make? Doesn't this make a material? Yeah, it makes a mat. When I open it, it should automatically give me... No, we don't want to open. Such realistic grass, dude, I know. Oh, look at that. Why can't I? It's because it's an instance, isn't it? This is... Nah. We can't open that, but we can open this. I'm trying to figure out how to... We should be able to create a... I should have like access to the map. Show hierarchy, platform stats, stationary surface, high, dynamically lit object, static mesh, vertex shaders. But yeah, these things might be too expensive. I might have to hand draw these things. We'll try it out. We'll test it out. Stop making fun of my grass. Man, where is the stupid... If I remember my Unreal Disk, you should be able to create an instance from the material, and in the blueprints, you can change the tile size. Well, the thing is... Here, let's try that. Create material instance. Grass. If we do that, we have the same stuff here, right? So what this is doing in my head is already creating that material instance and not exactly creating the material itself. Although I could go into a material, make a world material, and then change them that way, right? Because at the end of the day, this just has these things. And I can come in here and go rename. I don't know. I'm just gonna... But in my head, I'm envisioning things to be a little bit more drawn. But I want to see if I can get away with making things as, was it text coordinates? Texture coordinates, UV tiling. And I believe I can multiply this by a constant, and I can promote this scale, or call this parameters texture scale, right? Plug that into here, I believe. If we have it as 1, we'll have it. If we have it as like 5, you know, so on and so forth. So when we apply this and we decide like, hey, we want to put this one on instead, you know, we get that option. But I'm going to have to come in here and do some other work, like add a parameter to roughness and turn this up to 1, because the grass is very shiny and it's not raining, so it doesn't need to be shiny. If we go to metallic 1. Oh, we don't want that to be 1. We want that to be 10, apparently. Yeah, we want that to be 0. But yeah, now we can go ahead, come in here into this instance, and we can change. Actually, we got to make an instance. Okay. Okay, create material instance. Test grass grad inst. Or I should just call it untitled. Let me throw that on here. 500. Yes. 100. Yes. 50. But yeah, the real power here with designer, I think it's throwing it off a little bit because of all that texture UV stuff, is that I can change the grass amount Save that. And it should, in theory, change this texture. And by changing this texture, we change it all, right? Not even naming the parameters? Pathetic. Yeah, see? We could change the grass position. We could change the scale. Grass amount. Apparently... And we can make it short and stubby like that, I guess. While it looks a little bit better, we're still getting a lot of, like, I want the scale to be high, take down that wave intensity, the wave scale. The grass amount needs to go up, though. Why did I not know any of these things? Yeah, right? And this is the power of Substance Designer. And that's why I was trying to teach myself, because you literally, like, if like the workflow is just so much better. It's a procedural freaking material, guys. Right? Like normally you'd go in Photoshop or whatever it is that you're making on, you go in there, you come back, you go in there, you come back, you go in there, you come back until you get the results you like. And in here, you just literally expose some parameters in your, you know, function. You know, by finding something, and I'm not going to use that as an example, but I don't know. You know, you could click here and then expose as a new graph input, and you can name that and add it into a group. So when you actually work with it, you know, you get all these things, you bring it into Engine, and you can just change it on the fly. Yeah, it's a very useful tool. If you don't have it, you should get it. It's one of the reasons why I use it. I believe it's $20 for Painter and that monthly. Adobe Substance 3, it's 30 now. Ooh, 50. I pay 20. That's because I got it right when it came out. And that's how they get me forever. They're like, do you want to start paying $100 a month or 20 a month, huh? And I'm like, Ugh. I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, if you guys haven't already, please make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, and I looked, and apparently we're at 96 subscribers. That's like 4 away from 100, guys. That's awesome. Thank you all so much for the support. In the last month, it's been immense, man. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I also want to thank the subscribers who didn't get a shout out. I say this a lot because personally, I like to shout out each individual, but if you have your profile private, I won't see it when you do. So if you didn't see it, that's why. And I just want to know, I want you to know that I thank you and I appreciate you. And this is to a better community, a better future, you know? So yeah, thank y'all. It still looks like garbage, right? Because we need to add, obviously, variety. But another thing that we could take into consideration, right, is going... I personally wanted to go this route, but I get why it looks weird now. You know, there's a reason why developers... Straylock, it's been a while, man. How you doing? Welcome back. But in regards to that, when I'm talking about this, we could try this. And I'm assuming there's a reason why people don't do that a lot. And it's because, you know, it just doesn't look nice 2D platform wise. So another idea we could use is something like this. I really got to, and I apologize that you guys have to sit here and see me plan all this stuff out. I wish I had it all in my head already, but it might have been if I have a team in the future. I don't know. We'll see. But okay. I've hidden it, but I haven't gotten rid of it. Hidden. Hide actor hidden in game. But yeah, most people will use, you know, a method like this where they'll have, you know, this probably out to about here, right? We have the fall off. It looks like maybe there's a dip. And then, you know, as the player's progressing, we can add, like, I don't know. I don't even know how this is going to look, but I'm just trying to kind of create an idea in my head on what things will look like. Let's do something like that. And of course, these things in the future are going to be, you know, they're going to be, sorry, they're going to be a little blurred. So probably wouldn't want to do something like this because it's going to cover the camera. So if we're going to do it, it has to be small and your player has to be, maybe this is like a jungle scene, so it's like a little ruin, right? Oh, but that's colliding with it. Let's take off the colliders on these really quick. Collider. Collision? Generate overlap events. No collision. No collision. No collision. No collision. You know, ooh. Yeah, we definitely have to fix some stuff here, guys. But yeah, I kind of like that already. And the thing here is that I feel like if we make this ooh. I was hoping I could like just make them small universally and try to bring them up closer so we get like it looks maybe larger than it really is, like a part of the magic of, you know. But yeah, you get the point. There's going to be like stuff in the foreground that we could do, you know. Oh, he flies. I forgot about that bug. But yeah. How are we going to handle the background, you might ask? Well, I'm thinking we're going to do this with and we're just unboxing things out, guys. So don't think it's going to be too extravagant right now. We're going to have to work on each piece individually. And from there, as we're adding stuff, we're going to obviously have to rotate back. Ah, man, that just looks like garbage in comparison. I'm thinking I add like just maybe a terrain really quick. Terrain. And how do we add that again? We go in here, I think it is, and we add a terrain. Maybe? Bum 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 bum. By the way, guys, if you haven't checked out the recent video, make sure to do so. Give a like. Say some nice things on it. Yeah, I guess you do this. Preparing shaders for landscape. Where's my landscape? Is that it right there? New. Maybe it's not something that you can add. I could probably get no. Let's go into Epic Games. Because one thing we're gonna need is a skybox. All right. No, I want Unreal Engine Marketplace stuff. I'm in here doing all this. Maybe they have some for free. I don't know. Free! This seems more... Shoot. We can, I guess we can have placeholders. I don't know, guys. What do you think? And I don't know why this is not creating a landscape. Is that even possible here? Landscape. Can I create landscape in mobile? Yeah, I should be able to just create a landscape. It's not letting me. Selection. Is there a terrain in here now? Landscape. I see no landscape, yo. Landscape. New. Why won't you let me create new? Stupid. All right, let's save this all and then exit and re-enter. I gotta go in here and add this into the project. We don't want that. But yeah, this project here was a past one I was working on with the textures to see if they work. They got some of my other stuff in it. We got skybox. Good sky. Add to project. Add to project. Oh, man. Let's see if it'll let me do it now. Let's see if I can create UE5 won't let me make a landscape. That's a weird. People are saying they think it's not creating because select the light in the liner, press F to select to it, create a point light actor. Okay. Actor. Set transform to 0, 0, 400. Select the light in the. This is ridiculous. Can't create it with a feature level less than SM4. Okay, I can't believe I didn't read that. Can't create landscape with a feature level less than SM4. Says, are you on Windows? So it looks like we'll have to create something in Blender and bring it in. What is SM4? Feature level less than SM4. What is that even? What the heck? I can't. I have a great GPU. This is ridiculous. How do you change the shader model? Hey, Dynamite, how's it going, buddy? 007 Dynamite. Welcome to the chat, my friend. In this error when the preview rendering level in settings. Preview. Levels. Scalability. I'm back. Sorry for not coming. Oh, you're here, man. You're here now, man. That's fine. You don't have to be sorry. You're busy. You're a person, man. You got stuff you got to do. I just appreciate you being here now, man. Thank you. And we got Mr. Syntax back again. How's it going? Nice to see you back. Apparently we're having a issue where preferred depth buffer format. And in here under in here, I just had to bully two puppers really quick. No, I get that completely, but you shouldn't bully, man. Breaking my heart here, bro. Project launcher, Android. Flavor selection. There's got to be how do you change the shaders? I freaking forgot. I think it's in here. Yeah. Preview platform. Preview platform. Material quality is Vulkan. I don't know what's better, OpenGL or Vulkan. I think Vulkan is better last I read. Because apparently I should be able to do this. But we're having some issues. I fully condone bullying. I encourage it. Oh man. How could you live your life like that? He's like, I bully myself every day before I walk out into the world. I practice what I preach on myself. Looks in the mirror. He's like, you loser. D3D SM5. DirectX, OpenGL. This is SM5. These are all SM4. So I guess it's something that I shouldn't do in a mobile game. Should I use terrain in a mobile game? UE5. It says don't. Okay. It should not be used. So we'll have to figure out how to handle that, guys. Got to keep them on their toes, you know? Every year, you just one giant float. When they made the game Bully, they were talking about you. All right, I guess we have to use this. I don't know. Even though I don't want to. Because this is more like if I was doing city stuff. It's like, how far would that have to be off? About right there, I think. Let's go into Blender. With your help, I created an account on ArtStation. That's great to hear. And if I remember, Dynamite, you're E-Man, right? Dynamite07, E-Man, up in the building. How's everything going with the VFX art? File, open recent. We're going to do a new, we're going to just work on this one. We're going to create a plane, right? And we're going to put a sub 4 on this, but we're also going to make sure that it's simple. You know what I'm saying, guy? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be. Well, it's good to see you back in here, my friend. How are you doing? Man, I don't want to learn how to do that again. Oh my gosh, we are going to have to do that, guys. Terrain. How to... I mean, what we could do is just freaking make this huge, right? Go like this, because we're just doing this to kind of figure out how we're going to handle. I can show you some artwork now. I do want to. Yeah, go ahead. If you haven't already, make sure to join the Discord. I believe it's in the description of this video. Join in there and go ahead and share it in there and let me know when you have, and I'll go and take a look at it. Remember though, but before you do that, you got to verify yourself on the Discord. It's always so weird because you never, oh, ball. Yeah, I should have known that would be the case. And then we can just do some simple sculpting. I was like, oh, I'm going to put in a purlin noise and do all this. And then I realized, like, hey, there's sculpting. We can just sculpt all the stuff we want. And before we sculpt, though, we're probably going to want to apply all the transforms and then go back into sculpt mode. So everything looks genuinely better. Change the radius. Hold up. Syntax from Twitch says, speaking of Discord, I'm curious about the roles, like the developer's role. Is that developers in general or specifically developers for your game? There's a Judah developer role that we have, that I have on myself. So it's just developers in general. I know it's a little confusing, but I think it's important to have the option to, you know, classify what your interest is in. And there's other roles in there that kind of help me to know who I can reach out to later on when we start play testing the game. I think once I get the platformer finished, I'm going to have something like that done. And then, yeah, after that, I'll work on the runner and the city management and incorporating things, and it's going to be a good time. But I think for now, this is pretty much shade smooth. Pretty much good for what we need. Let's export this FBX. We want to say what? No, we'll keep local. I don't really care about that. Yeah, Y is up, negative Z forward, geometry, normals only. We want to do face. And we want to export to the document. Not document, sorry, my brain is everywhere at the moment, boys and girls. Test fails. Yeah, I get it. It's a little confusing. I could try changing that in the future, but it's like, what else should we put for it? I have sent you on VFX chat. Welcome, super noob. General. Wave, everybody say hi to Dynamite. He's new. Let's check it out. Wow, this is cool. Good stuff. That's excellent, man. That looks great. Yeah, keep that up too. And then we have some of these. In Houdini? Cool. So you started working in Houdini. That is awesome. Or you already had been. That's great that you're here too. Look at that. Look at those VFX, guys. This is Dynamite 07, by the way. This is excellent. Nice work. I'm going to give this a big old fat heart. Big old fat heart. That's great stuff, man. Let's see what we got here. Oh, he comes out of it? That's pretty sick. Or he's moving in it. Nice. That's really good work, dude. Superb stuff. Keep it up. Just keep putting them out there. When did you come up with this one? Posted last week. And maybe put yourself smiling. Right? Smiling. More inviting. Posted yesterday. Okay. Posted 8 hours ago. Good stuff. Keep it up, my friend. I think it's looking good. Syntax says, I have some of the consoles in the house, but I don't really game on them. Should I still add those roles in case you need someone to play test them? Yeah, I mean, you can. When we start working on console stuff, that'll be another thing, right? Because I prefer going out-house instead of in-house on those. Only because I feel like people who you get to do it from your community are more invested in it. Although it might be nice to have some individuals who are aware of how to quality test, how to smoke test, all that stuff, because then it really does help those who are learning how to do it. Hopefully we can get some professionals and non-professionals and Nazareth Studios. Model world. And in here's just a smash. Distance, import uniform scale, forest convert scene, import all. Your VFX look good. They do, don't they? They look really good. You did an excellent job. Oh my god. Can I just select this correctly, please? Thank you. Kisses. Very. We're just working with what we got here, chat. These can go further back, in my opinion, too. We'll have to have stuff in the mid ground here. One thing though, don't only ask feedback from people in the community, also ask feedback from people who are completely unbiased. Yeah, I agree. Because that's some valid information as well. Run console command dump. What was it? Dump unbuilt light interactions. Boom. So we could try to make some. I think the further he goes down, the more he should put his hands up. Yeah, I think I would like to see his arms go up. Since these are further back, maybe we scale them up a bit. I don't know. Okay. So it doesn't matter. Like if we were to scale these down and bring those up further, just the smallness in the background would deliver that, I think. Yeah, I'm thinking that as well. But I don't want to go like too overboard with it, so it's not like, you know. Like the ones in the back, I feel like should be maybe bigger. Obviously, you could tell they're the same mountain, but it's like I'm just trying to see how things can work with one another and make things look interesting at the same time. But I feel like maybe if we put those back more. And these are just... Obviously, we'll have to have stuff in the mid-ground, or the mid-ground, and then, like... I know it's the background, mid-ground, foreground, but something in between this area so we can block out things of this nature. But at the same time, if it's going to be procedurally generated, I don't know if we're going to have it running this way, if the player has to, you know, come up here and maybe jump into these areas as well to access parts of the map. Depending on what kind of end product you want, you can, yeah, if you want to share, go ahead, man. Obviously, we're going to have a hard time figuring out how we're going to get things working. I want there to be, like, you know, we got to go back on Miro. Can you be bigger, please? Thank you. Jungle, game, jungle, 3D environments. Yeah, like like having a 3D, wait, what is that? 3D foreground. Yeah, with a 2D background. I think we can do some stuff with that. But there's going to be so much work involved doing the world building, but you know, we're going to have to do it. Also, since, you know, we are in the jungle, there's a lot of these jagged things. I can put stuff like here, like put that text in rain forest. Darn it. Rain forest. But no, I like the idea. I think it's a good idea. Like foreground here. Foreground. You know, stuff like this. Then we can come out here and say stuff like foreground, background, whatever. Hills, or I guess you could say cliffs. There's more cliffs and rainforests, huh, syntax? But no, I agree. We could do a lot of things, honestly. I might have to go the 2D route, though, just to save some space. Because a 2D plane with a texture on it is probably... We're going to have to play around with some stuff, guys. Trust me. And it's not going to be quick because I got to texture all these things too. I'm not just downloading assets and throwing them in. Although maybe I should to sell the point, but it's like, I don't want to sell people this idea that could potentially change in the future, which is why jungle stylized Quick, open up diffusal. Diffusal. That's what. Diffuse. Oh, diffuse. Not diffuse, it's diffuse. Is it a software? Or are you talking about like in Unreal Engine? Free! Nothing for free. Sad for me. Tropical jungle. I mean, they have a lot of these backdrops. It's like, eh. Hand painted textures. Wait, I'm gonna check what the correct name is. Sounds good. Yeah, this looks good. A little too much. Yeah, we're gonna have to create some rocks and stuff. You know, I want the land to go like this. Eventually we could probably get into just bail out and use diffusion. Stable diffusion. Stability AI. Oh. Oh, this is for like, I don't want to download the code. Jungle. Jungle. Generate images with XLXS Pro. Da, da, da. So what, I can't do it, or? That stinks. Is there a free way to do it? Upgrade to free. You know what you really do here, guys? Where is it? Yeah, you can. You could send a link. Oh, I didn't cover myself. Wait. You know, honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I feel like really bad using this because I know there's a lot of artists out there who are really worried and suffering because of stuff like this. So it's like, got warned again. Did you verify yourself? Did you verify yourself, sir? In the tab, there's a verification. You click verify. Once you verify, you get verified, and then you can, I believe, post things. To gain access, click the button below to get started. Try that, and then tell me if that occurs again. And I'm getting hungry. Hungry. I mean, for reference, it might be whatever. Let me see what it is. It's probably because you haven't selected a role. And this is good. This stinks that this is happening. But, yeah, you're a member. I don't know why. Where are you trying to post this at in particular? Because other people post stuff and they can, so I don't know what it is. Admin, member, bots, game tester, musician, Judah dev, da da da. Mod, Judah Dev, artists, musicians. You know what I think it is that some of these are specific to people. But it says developers, so you should be able to. Random share. Let me go up and see if developer, admin, mod, Judah, members, bots. But even as a member, you should be able to do such things. I'll have to talk to Amin and see what's going on. Add members or roles, edit channel, permissions. View channel, allows member to view this channel by default, disabling this for everyone, make this channel private. The heck? Oh, it's because he has that. All right, send messages. Embed links. You should have the ability to embed links. It's really weird it doesn't let you. Just send me a DM. I'll send you a DM right now. Hey, it's me, the white guy. There you go. Just send me one in there. I'll talk to Iman and see what's going down. See why that's an occurrence, why it's happening. See if we can get it functioning correctly for you, my friend. However, like I said, I still feel weird doing this because, you know, honestly, a lot of artists are suffering because of AI. So it's like, I don't know. By the way, guys, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, make sure to go do so. Nazareth Studios, all right? Post everything there. We're trying to make it a better experience. The bot is just like, we have a problem with people from your area. Yeah, that's fair. Even as a programmer, AI is slowly taking our jobs. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I stopped working on my bachelor's in computer science, because I was like, what's the point if it was like millions of job opportunities for that market, right? And I'm thinking, like making anywhere between 70K to like 150K starting, and now that's just gone out the wind. My buddy who's been doing it for years is even having a hard time getting a job right now. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so then you control the robots. They'll have to listen to you. Man. We gotta make rocks and stuff, don't we? Because I'm seeing, like... I'm seeing trees in the background, right? Jungle trees. Jungle trees. Background. Bum, 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 bum. I mean, they use an ocean. As well as some other things. But we're going to have to figure out how we're going to do stuff. I'm single-handedly going to be the downfall of human civilization. You don't want to reach for that as your goal, man. You want to try to bring up civilization. I'm trying to think. Obvious, you know what? Let's just start making bushes and stuff. And to my knowledge, we can also expand that as well without... Honestly, and then we could keep it there. Too bad there's no way without building an actual block to extrude that out this way. Because then we could totally do that. But I guess now is the perfect time to kind of test that theory out. Let's go ahead and delete these faces. as well as these, because the player's only seeing these. These are the only valid things. And let's go ahead and just bring this all the way out super far. We'll make a couple of these variations. Double up, bring that in about half right there, make a double, and bring that about right here as well. We obviously are going to want to have, like, since we're doing procedural or considering it, we need to make things a lot more tileable. So we'll have to figure out a system for that. Now that would be an amazing achievement, but what would be the point? Like, the whole point is to be in history, right? If you make an achievement of that level, if you destroy humanity, who's going to read about you? Nobody. We all dead. You want to kill me? Huh? You stinker? You stinker butt? But yeah, let's get these imported in. Sorry. What I could do is just layer these out so I don't have to import them separately. And that'll kind of give me a good idea. And just in case, let's do one a little bit shorter than that. Hey, it looks like a wireless bar, huh? All right, guys, let us just file export. Sorry, I'm working very loosely right now because I got to do things that I haven't done much of, so I don't know how to approach it really. Test tile land, selected objects, export. But we're definitely going to have to create some assets here soon, so I can at least showcase that on the weekly update next week. But I will say this, guys. Very soon here, we are going to be doing the jingle jangle with the family. So with that being said, I might not be here Wednesday to Tuesday. I might be gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 days. So don't worry, I'll still be working on it in the meantime. Right? But with that being said, it is the holidays. So I would expect we have to go that far out. And let's hide. Hide. Hidden. Yes. Hidden in game. I think this one is relatively good. This one could work. This one's too short. And obviously, as you can tell, this one's way too short as well. No. Oh, it's still here. It's in game. No. I'll be here Wednesday. I'll be here Tuesday, Wednesday. I won't hear. Sorry. I'll be gone Thursday, Friday, Monday, and maybe Tuesday. I should be here Tuesday. So just pay attention to Discord. I'll let you guys know what I'm up to. I'll probably post family pictures there as well. So if you're interested in seeing the chaos that is my family's Christmas, go ahead and check it out. I won't be here the entirety of next week. Why do you care, huh? No, I'm joking. Yeah, you got the New Year's stuff planned, don't you? Next week you'll be gone all the way up until the 1st of January. Man, another year passed. Life is going with the wind, guys. Life is going with the wind. He says, yes, with my brother. At least you're going to have lots of fun. Right? But yeah, I think we're going to have tiles. We're going to make them thicker. So let's go with the longer piece here. What do you think, Syntax? The longer piece? Yeah, I think the longer piece should be it. And let's make this let's make this 3 tiles long. Boom. 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 Let's go ahead and, sorry. Let's go. That's not what I want either. Come on, brain. Cursor to no. Cursor to world origin. Selection to cursor. And, you know, this will leave us the opportunity to do some cool stuff like this and, you know, bevel in if we have to. And, you know, obviously we're going to want to do some stuff right here where things crease in and look like they kind of come down. There's some rock faces, right? But we could probably do that with a lot of blending of textures. I don't know if that's smart to do with what we're trying to do. You know, and if I wanted to come out here, the next question is, how do we get up? Do we just have platforms we can jump up to move places? We'll have it spawn in things. Didn't even give me time to answer. Rude. Are you talking to me that way in my chat? Because that seems pretty rude to me. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to be a busy bee, and I talk to myself a lot. Ria says, I'm going to be extra busy this week and next week too. I'll watch when I can, though. Also, not going to have much time for Blender. That's fine. Whenever you get time to do your things, you do your things. I just appreciate you guys being in here and hanging out and just being all around such a great group of individuals. What you gonna do about it, dude? I got a freaking button somewhere that I won't disclose. Oh, hey, thank you so much, Super Metal Yeti, for following. I appreciate you, my friend. Super Yeti to the rescue. Welcome to the team. Everyone say hi, Super Yeti. Ria says, don't have time to work on my project on the weekend, but I have made some progress. That's good to hear. How far along, if you want to talk about it? If you want to talk about it, you don't have to. I'm thinking of trying to add some stuff like this already in. I already have one here that's not completely corrupted. Super Metal Yeti says, sup, man? How's it going, friend? How are you doing today? How's your holidays treating you? Has anyone had some eggnog yet? If so, was it delicious? And if you don't like eggnog, you can say that too. I am one of those individuals. Eggnog makes me sad. Sadly. Syntax says, I bet you won't. Me. Hiya, what on earth is going? Oh no, I would never ban you. Types ban into chat. All right, somebody time him out for like 2 seconds. He can't talk until he apologizes to chat and does 20 hours of community service. I'm just joking, Syntax. Doing good. Been playing the finals lately. I don't touch eggnog. Same. Eggnog, I wish I could enjoy it, but I don't. I just do not. And the finals, you know what, man? Guess what? I've been playing it too, and I really love the shooting in that game. There's some things that I'm like, I wish I had the shooting with this, but overall, the experience has been excellent. I love it. It is a great game. You can't silence me. I'm the unsilenceable. Don't worry, man. I'm not going to silence you. I like chatting with you. You're a good guy. With a good big heart. With a good big heart. We just got like a freaking... We're just trying to add some variety in here, guys. Just to make it look, you know, somewhat decent. And what I'm going to do is actually mark these and mark these. Mark these, then we go sharpen. But that looks kind of weird. So we're just gonna sharpen that area. We're gonna unmark these. We're just gonna sharpen that, I guess. But even then, we could add a bevel to both of these, right? Just a light bevel. With a divot here. I feel like there's gotta be the divot. If there isn't a divot, then I feel like I'm being an idiot. You can't silence me. What is it supposed to be, by the way? Just a landmass, like a tileable landmass for the time being. It's not going to be grand, but I'm just trying to add some variety in it just because, I don't know. It looks all right on this one, but looks like garbage on this one. But I need to make them uniformal in the sense that they will click to each other. I guess you could say what I'm going to probably end up doing is just adding rocks here to make it look rocky. But I figured I'd add, you know, a little bit of roughness to it in hopes that it might give that effect. Because we can touch like everything in here. We can pull these in more, but the outsides, they need to stay, you know, somewhat relevant to what we're trying to do. I like eggnog. Had some around Thanksgiving. Ooh. What type of eggnog? I know some people like the spliced eggnog. I don't drink anymore personally, but if you do, it's fine. It's fine. It's good for like, I think, family purposes, celebration. Syntax says you could put like rock static in front of it instead. I could, but then that's just extra geometry. So it's like if I could get away with like, you know, the less vertices, the better, especially on a mobile platform. Although I would love to try to make things a little bit more high tech. Some people don't have that. I've had experience with that in the past, actually. I do have a game dashboard that did well for first game and just a simple like pooper game. Dashboard, Google. Let me get this up for you guys. Play Store, dashboard, Google Play Console. Oh boy, go to Play Console. Show everyone your Play Console. Yeah. So it goes up and down. It does well, it doesn't do well. Choose your preferred account verification deadline now. I'll have to do that later. That's more of a Tatum thing, but yeah. This is a game we made, right? Where is it? We have 1.24k people who have it installed on their device. Super Metal Yeti says, I had some pumpkin spice cotton candy the other day. That was good. Holy crap, pumpkin spice cotton candy? Where do you get that? I want to try that. That sounds delicious. You know, oh, UE5 has nanite, right? But how does it function on phones? I'll have to look that up. Because if so, then yeah, I'm down. But right now, we haven't got much ratings. Ratings and review for the month. View on Google Play. Let's see how it's done. Yeah, it's still a 3.9 rating, I guess. 10k downloads. Very simple game, made on Unity. Yes, I commented on my own game because when you're starting out, you know, the struggle's real, guys. But yeah, 10K downloads, 59 reviews. If you want to try it out, go try it out. It's on the Android market, not on the iOS. So if you have an Apple phone, I apologize. Never mind, I Google it. It don't work on phones. Exactly. Ria says, I've made a greenhouse. I've finished the building and objects inside. I think the plants will look a little funny though. I definitely will need more practice. Yeah. You just gotta, like, here's my biggest, another big advice for you, Ria. You can go in here, right, into Sketchfab. And as on here, this essentially gives you a 3D overlook of, you know, objects. Haha, no, I don't really like alcohol. Okay. And by the way, Ria, you might want to turn up to the latest installment. I think you're, I don't know why YouTube does that, guys. It like literally will, like, if you join in on the YouTube chat, it won't update to the current state of the stream. Right? So you could come in like 30 minutes later and you don't really even realize it. But yeah, that's great. And yeah, I don't like alcohol either. I think it's just bad news for me. But back to the point at hand, if you like the 3D model, you know, and you want to get an idea on how to 3D model some things or some of the way people handle it, you can come in here. This is an excellent tool. You could see like base colors, metalness, roughness, emission, specular, you know, the matte cap. You can see what they did with the vertices. It looks like they kept them the same besides the flowers. Looks like, I mean, they would be pointing that way anyways. But you get the point. You could see how they handled these things. Right? You could see the wireframe. You can analyze it and reference it in your own works. You know, and you can essentially do that with anything. You can do it 3D models, so on and so forth. Super Metal Yeti says, I got it from a candy store in Florida called Candy Kitchen. We don't have any stores like that in California because we're dumb. And if we do, it's probably somewhere else. Oh, that's interesting. So they just made a see-through. That's really cool, actually. But yeah, you get the point. You can look at these and see what other people do, how they do it, and reference it in your own work. Like I said, oh, look at that duck. But enough of that, and enough of this. As someone who's been drinking for 45 years, I really recommend 6 bottles a day. It's good for your health. It really keeps you on point. Ladies and gentlemen, you see that man in chat? Don't listen to him, chat. Don't do it. 6 bottles a day? What are you, Max Payne, bro? Is that you? I know he's joking too. Because he's not 45 years old. And now that these are beveled, we don't want to go ahead and do that. We want to try to keep these to a minimum. Let's sharpen those as well. And let's just yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come in here and cursor to world origin or selection to cursor. We're going to export these, file, export. Sorry. Land. We're going to overwrite this one with that one. We're going to rename this one. Bwam, 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 bwam. And we're going to export test tile land 2. Oh my God, he's a genius. It's way better naming convention than test or untitled 51. As someone who's been drinking for Ria, I am live. It seems like there's a delay in chat for me sometimes. That is interesting. I've tried to fix that issue several times, but all it says is delay, and I can click the delay, and I have it unclicked because I like to have in real-time person interactions, and I'm game developing. I'm not like playing games or anything. So how do you like the finals, Super Metal Yeti? Super Metal Yeti. I like that name. Import all the things. For me, there's like a 5 to 10 second delay, I believe. That's because I'm not partnered on there. They don't want me on there. They don't want me partnered on here on Twitch. Yeah, man. Honestly, I was 5 seconds from removing myself from Twitch, guys, because of their TOS thing. That was a little crazy, in my opinion. How do y'all feel about that? And I was only gonna quit because I had a young man tell me about it. I'm like, this is like the last thing that a grown man should be having a conversation with a follower, right? And the only reason I'm having that conversation is because of them. So I was like, what's going on? But to be fair, I'm from Europe. What's their TOS thing? Oh, they had like some update where you could see essentially people, you could see like hentai and stuff, like nude drawings was fine or something like that. And I was like, dude, this is a predominantly child consumed platform, because then there's a lot of children on it, you know. So I just was like, I don't, a little weird. Little weird. I'm just gonna delete these. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to make some tools in Houdini at some point to get the geometry flowing and going. It is nice. I like the teams of 3. My main multiplayer game is Halo. Halo is the best FPS. And it reminds me of the 3-team multi-team playlist they used to have. Yeah, it does actually, doesn't it? Do you play Infinite or do you play the older ones on the collection? Isn't this a 12 plus? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I was like, why do they have that? It was weird. And like I said, a young viewer was telling me about it. And I was like, this is a weird, I shouldn't have this conversation. I shouldn't have to. Why am I forced into this conversation? And it's because someone up there was like, yeah, let's do that. And that's exactly the voice I'm going to make. No offense, but that was just the weirdest decision, in my opinion, to do. And it's not, and I know it's not something that they just decided overnight, right? Like with businesses like that, they take days to come up with that, with these ideas, not days, but months in advance. It's like, you know, isn't this, I mainly play MCC, but Infinite is okay once in a while. Yeah, I like some of their stuff, but I feel like they drove a long way from the original title. Oh no, we have a glitch in the system. I wonder, I know there's a snapping tool, I just don't know what it is. Let's look it up. Snapping tool in UE5. Hold down the V key while using the translate gizmo. V. Where is translate? Let's see if it works. V. V. Come on. Come on. V. V. That's not doing nothing. That's freaking snapping it in a... Oh, snap to vertex tool. Hold down the V key while using the translate. While you hold down the V keys, vertices you snap to. Oh, and that's there. Holy moly. But in general, Twitch allows a lot of risky content where I'm like, this should be on a different site. Yeah, exactly. I'm primarily here because the way I see it is, you know, just because that's a part of it doesn't mean you can't be the good part of it. Like, that's the bad part of it, right? But you can be the good part. I just think it's kind of gross in the sense and a little predatorial because of certain things. But I won't talk about it because that's all taboo here on Twitch channel. On the Twitch platform. Hey, you can't talk about, you can't say Bible verses, but heck, if you want to go look up hentai porn, you can do that, huh? Crazy. Yeah, I'm thinking that's ridiculous. Yeah. I think it's ridiculous too, but it's fine. It is what it is, my friend. Can't get mad about it. Just can only work around it. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. Come on, stop lying to me, bro. And I see like these vertices popping up, right? Oh, hey, that shouldn't be there. It was these guys. They're the ones. Maybe we do this, right? And it's probably because I'm selecting more than I should. And there we go. Then that snapped. No, it didn't snap right in. What do you mean use a translate tool? There's got to be a better way. This is ridiculous. What type of tool is this? I miss freedom of speech. A spotch? Yeah. Well, there's still some freedom of speech, but I'll let to each people be what they want to be. It's fine. That's how they want to be. It's all right. Getting mad about it just makes you the things you don't want to be, in my opinion. I guess we just gotta hope for the best in regard to this. I just think it's strange that people see the dollar signs more than anything nowadays. And, you know, I don't blame them because life be rough out here, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, no one says anything because of that. They're making money. That's all they care about. Yeah, you can. I can also turn it off. And then for some strange reason, it's all the way out here. It's like, hey, you want to connect to this bad boy? So what do? Do you like hold V, select? I'm so confused, man. It looks like it's snapping this here to there. I want to click a specific vertice and then do it. Actor snapping. I guess you just do that and it just automatically does it. But it's like not working for me at all, man. They're lying to me. Whatever, let's delete these and just start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning, yeah? I think we just do this, dude. Just grab all these. Check this out, chat. Big brain. Big brain. Boom. There's still a thing there. Oh, no. Why won't you let me do it? Just let me. It's doing it, but not at the area we want it to occur at. It looks because it's right where it's at in the pivot conjunction. Whatever. We'll obviously have to have these go down more because we could see it, right? And I don't like it. I want it to just be like this, where, you know, you go up and you're like, oh, hey, check it out. Look at us now. I'm all the way up. Oh, boy. I don't know if that's exactly the right one, but whatever. FBX. Land 2. Let's do it. Ah. It's almost that time to close the stream, guys. Also, I got to take my daughter to the doctor, so maybe I can re-import the mesh. Re-import mesh. There we go. Yeah, now it's down and I don't have to repopulate. Work smarter, not harder, as I say. But yeah, we're going to have to figure out how we're going to want to do the background. And we're going to have to try and test things out. Because I also want this to be vertical. I don't want it to just be plain here. I think that's a little boring. I want this to be able to go down. You know, your character could, you know, come down here, for instance. There'd be a hole, you'd fall through, and it would continue there. And, you know, there's an enter point and an exit point. But yeah, we didn't get a lot of models done. We're just planning this out. I'm gonna have to make, you know, some blocks too. For instance, like, you know, a cube that I can fit in the middle that can represent land masses the player can jump on, right? But I also want these to be tileable, because then I can essentially create a bunch of assets and put those in. And I think I'm going to have these run the length in some cases. So, you know, where we would have, I'll just show you guys what I'm talking about instead of talking about it. Like, we'll definitely have some where, you know, maybe it goes up here, right? And it's just something like that. But we could definitely have some other ones that run the entire length of the... Okay. You know, they can run the entire length and work like that. Tile off that. Like, you can have like a mountain range cliffside where above a certain Y level it will be mountains, but you go too far down, it will be cliffs in the background. I like that idea a lot, actually. That's a really good idea. I'm gonna write it down. But see the vision, man? You start seeing things in your head. For a second there, I was thinking just because I'm so wrapped up in other things that it's hard to see that at times. And I notice some, they're like, that should be just something that comes natively, but it doesn't always. This is 1:44, so we're gonna leave here soon. Platforms. So we're gonna start setting up to get out of here. But before we do that, I want to kind of incorporate these in. Also, I want to, I guess we can do that. Let's file, export. Of course, in the future, they're going to have little divots. I think we're definitely going to do like tile sets and stuff like that. Well, it was fun chatting for a bit, but I'm probably going to head out too. Yeah, it's going to be a busy day for me. And I'm assuming for everyone in here. Platform. And it was nice chatting. Have a good one. I'm not leaving yet. I'm going to leave in like 15 minutes. About 15 minutes if you want to stay around. It's up to you guys though. If you want to head out now, it's fine. But I'm going to try to get these in and then go pick up my baby girl. Take her to the hospital. Because she's got a cough and we think it might be an infection because she's no longer having a fever, but she's still having like really bad coughs. So it's got to be, I think it's definitely got to be an infection. I don't want her to. Oh, I'm leaving though. All right, man. Have a good one. It was nice chatting. Thanks for being here. See ya. See you later. Terminator. Wow. So these are scaled up to about 1.75. Ah, man. I ignorantly, I gotta put these to, I gotta make their origin or send them. Selection to origin, selection to origin. And let's just, I can't believe I'm not thinking right now. There's just so much that I have to do with this. It's crazy. And I just exported those to the same one, didn't I? No. We do that one. This one, file, export, FBX, platform, non-one. We come in here and we can just re-import. And they disappeared. Sweet. Don't you love when that happens, guys? And this was what, 1.7? About right here. It could be a little bit thicker, but it don't matter to me. But yeah, we could have some that take up the length, and then some that are just regularly created. I can't speak English too. We're probably gonna have to work on getting these axes right. Because it looks, in this sense, we're gonna want these things to be forward on the Y, up on the Z. Which is interesting. Yeah, because I know Z. Or is that Z? So in here it's on the Z, but when we're moving it's different. Or is it? I think I'm losing my mind. That's exactly what's going on. These are all hovering, so we gotta bring them down. But yeah, you get the point. Like, we could have stuff where it's like up. I'm just playing around, guys. Seeing stuff. And that can kind of morph into the background. We're not going to have vaulting working on these because they have to be, they have to have collisions on them. But yeah. We're going to have to plan a lot more for the mid ground, the mid area between the mid ground and the foreground. I don't know what that's called. I just know the foreground, or sorry, background. I just know the foreground, mid ground, background. The 3 spaces. I guess you could say from the mid to foreground we have to work on. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm going to head on out of here. I have a long day ahead of me, and I got to put my shoes on and possibly eat something before I go, or my stomach will eat me from the inside out. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to head out. Sorry we didn't get more done today, but we are going to be doing a lot of world building in the future, and that involves planning, thinking about how we're going to approach it, right? So, yeah. Apologize for things progressing slowly on this end. Ria says, I will experiment and spend extra time making the plan. Should I post a whip of the greenhouse so far? Yeah, if you want. I would love to look at it. I love that. I love that idea. But that's up to you if you want to share it. Super Metal Yeti, have a good... I was going to say good night. Have a good day. It could be night where you are. I don't know. But have a good one. And Ria, you have a great one as well. If you haven't already, please make sure to join the Discord. I'll go ahead and leave a link of that here in the description. So you guys can come in and hang out if you want to. If you're new and you want to hang out. I mean, I could just generate a link and throw it in because at the end of the day, yeah. And by the way, if you want to join the YouTube, we have videos on there, the development process of both the first project I tried to work on and this one. We have quick logs, so if you're interested in seeing an entire recap of what we've done throughout the week, please make sure to tune over to the YouTube. I will leave the description, or I'll leave a comment as well. I will chat that up. Sorry, I can't speak. It's because I'm hungry. But yeah, I will leave this in the channel chat in case someone on Twitch wants to come over here, subscribe maybe. We're trying to get 100 subscribers before the end of this month or this year. And yeah, we have weekly devlogs there, so check it out. I will catch y'all later. God bless, Jesus loves you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.